Yo, nah, hold up. Tell me why I woke up today, check my feed, and the first headline I see says Drake's lawyers are out here demanding dirt on Kendrick Lamar's kids. His kids. I'm not talking about music contracts. I'm not talking about streaming numbers. I'm talking about private family business dragged into a legal fight over a diss track. And apparently, Kendrick, he's not sitting quiet about it. Word is, he's fuming. I'm hearing he's calling this the dirtiest, most disrespectful move Drake has pulled in their entire beef. And trust me, that's saying something, because these two have been taking it way past the normal rap battle rules for over a year now. So here's the deal. We're gonna break down exactly what's in these court filings, the history behind these allegations, why this hits Kendrick on such a personal level, and why this move from Drake could either change the narrative of the battle or blow up in his face so bad it makes Pusha T's story of Adidon look like light work. Stay locked in, because the details I'm about to show you are wild. Alright, we gotta run this back to understand why this is such a massive deal. The Drake versus Kendrick beef, it's been one of the most entertaining, talked about rap battles in the last decade. It started as little subliminals, then exploded into full-blown diss tracks. Drake fires first with push-ups, Kendrick replies with Euphoria, a 6-minute surgical takedown. Then Drake hits with Family Matters, throwing in some of the most personal bars we've ever heard from him, including allegations about Kendrick's family life. And Kendrick, man, he drops Not Like Us and turns the whole beef into a cultural event. That song went #1, it dominated the internet, it was blasted at NBA games, at the Grammys, at the freaking Super Bowl halftime show. It became the anthem of the beef, and to most people, that's where Kendrick won. But Drake clearly hasn't accepted that. So Drake sues UMG, the label connected to Kendrick, claiming Not Like Us defamed him. On paper, it sounds like it's about protecting his name from false accusations. Drake's camp spins it as him trying to make the music industry safer for artists. Cool, right? Nah. Then we see the actual legal requests, and that's when it gets messy. Drake's team submits a 76-page filing asking UMG for over 70 different categories of documents. Not just business records, not just marketing data, but deeply personal stuff, and I mean deeply personal. 2 requests jump out instantly. One SOI event from January 1st, 2014 to now, all documents and communications relating to allegations of domestic violence or violence against women involving Kendrick Lamar. From January 1st, 2019 to now, all documents and communications about Dave Free's relationship with Kendrick Lamar and Kendrick's children. That's not music talk. That's not even regular defamation lawsuit talk. That's Drake digging into a man's family life. For Kendrick, this isn't just a court move. This is an invasion. Kids have always been off limits in hip-hop battles, unless someone chooses to bring them up in a lyric. And yeah, Kendrick did reference Drake's son, Adonis, in Meet the Grams, but that was still within the rap battle context. A few bars, a flip of the Pusha T moment. Drake is doing something completely different here. He's using the court system to force Kendrick's label to hand over any potential dirt about his family, and then planning to use that to say his Family Matters diss wasn't just talk, it was fact. To Kendrick, that's not just disrespectful, that's straight harassment. It's basically saying, I'm not just battling you on the mic, I'm coming for your personal life in the real world. Now, let's connect the dots to where this domestic violence angle comes from. Back in 2014, during Fight Weekend in Las Vegas, there was a rumor that Kendrick got into an altercation with a woman at the Hard Rock Cafe Hotel. It didn't make huge mainstream headlines, but it did circulate on gossip sites like Media Takeout. Kendrick denied it, and the story eventually got buried. But here's the twist. In Family Matters, Drake hints that the woman was Whitney, Kendrick's longtime partner. He's basically resurrecting a 10-year-old rumor and throwing it in Kendrick's face. And then, to make it even messier, a security guard later claimed he saw a woman with injuries that night and heard Kendrick's name linked to it. No police report has ever surfaced publicly, no official charges, but Drake clearly thinks there's enough smoke here to start digging for fire. If you think this is random, it's not. Drake plays chess with these beefs. The dates matter. Kendrick performed in Vegas on May 3rd, 2014, the same day Drake would drop Family Matters 10 years later. In push-ups, Drake used a DJ Who Kid drop. DJ Who Kid performed in Vegas the day after Kendrick's 2014 set. Drake's basically leaving little breadcrumbs to say, yeah, I know what happened, and I'll bring it up when I want to. And now, with this lawsuit, he's trying to make good on that threat. Here's the danger for Drake. If he goes all in on this and comes up empty, he looks worse than he already does. Think about it. The public already saw him take the L when Not Like Us became a cultural phenomenon. People already think suing over a diss track is soft. If he sues, drags a man's kids into the filings, and still finds nothing, that's career-tarnishing level desperation. Kendrick doesn't even have to respond lyrically to win that battle. The court of public opinion will do it for him. And don't forget, UMG isn't exactly playing along. They've already heavily redacted Kendrick's contract before handing it to Drake's team, making it basically unreadable. They're pushing for a protective order, so anything sensitive stays private, even if Drake wins the right to see it. UMG's argument is simple. Personal family details have nothing to do with whether another Not Like Us defamed Drake. They don't want to set a precedent where labels have to turn over private lives every time two rappers start beefing. The reaction online? Brutal. Even people who aren't hardcore Kendrick fans are saying this is low. The comparisons are everywhere. Imagine if Jay-Z sued Nas after Ether, or if Pac went to court after Hit 'Em Up. It's a violation of the unspoken code. Hip-hop has always been about settling it on the mic, not in a judge's chambers. And every time Drake pulls a move like this, he fuels the sore loser narrative. So what does Kendrick do? The word is, he's livid. He's letting his legal team handle the court side. But musically, don't be surprised if this sparks something. Kendrick's been quiet since the Super Bowl. If this inspires him to drop again, you already know it's going to be calculated and lethal. The man doesn't waste words. If he does respond, it'll be sharp enough to cut through all the noise. There's a few scenarios here. 1. The judge blocks Drake from getting that family info. Kendrick walks away untouched, and Drake looks like he overreached. 2. Drake gets the info, but it's under confidentiality, so we never see it. The beef stays in limbo. 3. Drake finds something that supports his claims. If that happens, it'll be chaos in the rap world. But even then, it's too late to erase the cultural win Kendrick already had with Not Like Us. Here's the thing. This beef was already supposed to be over. The songs dropped, the fans picked their winner, and hip-hop moved on. But Drake won't let it die. And by taking it into the courtroom, he's ensuring we'll be talking about it for months, maybe years. But there's a fine line between persistence and desperation. And right now, Drake's walking that line blindfolded. Here's the part that a lot of people aren't seeing. Drake's PR team is already working overtime to frame this lawsuit as something bigger than the beef. If you go on certain blogs and media outlets, the narrative you'll see is that Drake's doing this for artist rights. That it's not about Kendrick personally, it's about holding labels accountable and setting legal precedents. But let's keep it real. If this was truly about protecting artists, why are his lawyers specifically asking for dirt about Kendrick's alleged past and private details about his kids? That's not a music industry reform play, that's personal. And the danger here? This spin could backfire hard. If the public sees through it, which, let's be honest, hip-hop fans are good at, they'll chalk it up as Drake hiding behind a fake noble cause to mask the fact that he's going after Kendrick in the pettiest way possible. Even some of his own fans are side-eyeing it like, yo, I ride for Drake, but this ain't it. Once you start losing the diehards, you're in trouble. And that's where the PR spin becomes a double-edged sword. It can either slow down the backlash or make it way worse when people realize what's really going on. Look, this is bigger than just Drake and Kendrick. This is about what we want hip-hop to be. Do we want a culture where artists keep it in the music, or where every battle turns into legal warfare? Drake's playing a dangerous game. If it pays off, it could change the way beefs are fought forever. If it fails, it could go down as one of the biggest self-owns in rap history. So yeah, Kendrick's mad. And honestly, I can't blame him. Let me know what you think. Is Drake smart for going this route, or is he digging his own grave? And if Kendrick fires back, do you think he'll do it in court, on wax, or both? Anyway, this concludes today's video. Be sure to subscribe to LoafTube for future celebrity videos and turn on that post notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Until then, see you in the next one.